So this is where Explorer comes in. We've talked about them on previous shows. They are the luxury arm of MSC Cruises. And they are specifically targeting younger, more active cruisers. So, and by younger, I mean 30s to 50s. They're a little more family friendly. Not that the others, prohibit families, but I mean, they're kind of encouraging it a little bit more.
Welcome, travelers, to Elevated Escapes, a luxury travel podcast hosted by Mike and Kristen Their, a husband and wife team who approach adventures from different perspectives. Mike is all about world-class golf and the best that Disney has to offer, while Kristen's seeking wellness retreats and rich historical and cultural experiences. Together, they're big on high-end cruises, unforgettable destinations, and discovering incredible culinary moments. Join them as they explore the world, one elevated escape at a time. Now, your hosts.
Welcome to episode 10 of the Elevated Escapes podcast, being recorded in sunny Sarasota, Florida. I'm your host, Mike, joined by my wife and co-host, Kristen. Good evening, good afternoon.
And good night.
And good night, I guess.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So, as this is coming out,
dog snout.
We will not be on a cruise. We're going on a cruise this Sunday.
We are.
A last minute Disney cruise. We're doing the Caribbean, which I never thought I would want to do.
Correct.
We're doing Disney's Private Islands, Lookout Cay, Castaway. Is it Key or K? C-A-Y-K?
I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Pronounced both ways. And Nassau, Bahamas.
You looking forward to this?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Good.
I'm a little worried. I've never done a Mediterranean Sea. See where my brain is shifting? I've never done a Caribbean. You've done a couple.
I have.
Do you like them?
Yeah. I mean, I am not a big fan of being hassled, which I feel is kind of the case in some of the ports in the Caribbean. Because people just will come up to you and ask you if you want to buy stuff and
braid your hair.
But I think it'll be fun. And you won't get that on the private islands, so.
No, you won't. So, when we get back from the cruise, we'll do a review. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. We'll review the important things, the restaurant, the room, things that we did on the ship, and maybe, I don't know.
But the experience in general, I mean.
Yeah, the whole experience.
But also, what else are we going to do?
I don't know.
We're going to do news shows. So probably every week, we'll just do a quick little show about things that are in the travel world. Whether it's new resorts, new ships, new, I don't know, restaurants or something, things that sound exciting and different that, maybe we're getting word of before the general public.
Okay. So this show comes out Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying Monday morning we will have a news show out there?
Monday mornings, yeah.
All right. This is a good time to take a break. We'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Back from break, episode number 10 of the Elevated Escapes podcast. I'm Mike, joined by Susie, and this week we are going to continue our discussion on cruise segments. This is probably the one that excites both of us the most.
Probably.
It's the luxury segment.
Yes.
And why do we like luxury so much?
Because we like space. We like relative peace and quiet. We like high-end dining. We like service.
All inclusivity? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good phrase.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing I love restaurants. I love not being nickel and dime, I don't mind paying a premium just to have everything. You're going to get typically your internet. You're going to have a drinking package. Um, I know with some cruise lines, they will include your excursions, or they'll give you an allowance if you want to go outside. So those are a few things that excites me about the luxury cruise lines.
Yeah, I mean, some of them even include transportation. So, not just from the airport to the port, but sometimes from your home to the airport
They
to the
do. I
port.
know Silver Seas in particular is known for their door-to-door service. They'll have
Mhm.
a car come pick you up. Now, we can get into the specifics on another show, but depending on how far away you are from a major airport, where most people are within that 50 miles of a major airport, they're going to have a car service come pick you up, grab your bags, and drop you off at the airport and do it all over again. So that's a nice service. They'll also, right? They'll also look at they'll do flights for you so that you
Yeah,
don't
I
have to
think a
dink
lot of them
around.
will. Um, but I think the primary thing in the luxury line is that the ships are smaller.
Hmm.
So instead of, the massive ships we talked about in our last show, the 5,000 to 7,000 people, these are maybe 2 on the high end.
2 on the high end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because are you looking at under 1 for like a Silver Seas? Like, I
It
think
depends on the
7
ship.
change. Okay.
But yeah, some of them are very small. And the crew to guest ratio on a lot of these is 1-to-1,
It's almost
which is
a pure 1-to-1.
crazy.
It is crazy because sometimes, I mean, you're looking at 2-to-1, 1.5-to-1. So the 1-to-1 is really, really, really sharpening the pencil because that's difficult to achieve.
And again, because you have smaller ships, now you have different ports. So the ships can get into, some of the cities along the shores that, the larger ships just can't get to. Their hulls are too big to dock in that closely. And so, even like when you go to Rome, well, you're obviously not docking in Rome. It's interior. So
Right.
now you've got a bus ride to get into the city and whatnot. I mean, these are places where sometimes you can get off the ship and there's a shuttle that takes you right into the city center.
Hmm. Yeah, and you're going to visit, like we've talked about in previous podcasts, you're going to visit some of the smaller islands, the Azores, different islands in Spain. Would this be, because I'm totally just blind. I don't know much about Greece, but some of the luxury ships are going to get you to some of the
The
nicer,
smaller
smaller
islands
islands in Greece, right?
in Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Greece has so many islands that there are islands people have never heard of unless they're, fully immersed in the history and geography of the country.
I mean, other than the Mediterranean, we're kind of bouncing around a little bit, but I've heard that these are really good for Alaskan cruises too, because you're going to get into some crazy ports that the Royal Caribbean and Disney aren't going to be able to get you in and out
Mhm.
of.
Yeah, I mean, I think across the board, no matter where you're taking these cruises, that's going to be true. And even in the Caribbean,
Yeah, we did, because we looked at what did we look at recently, and you thought that the itinerary was amazing. It was
it was Explora, I think.
Explorer, yeah, Explorer Journeys, yeah.
Mhm.
They were going into some of the different islands that you've piqued interest in.
Mhm.
So you want to get into who some of the players are?
Yeah, we can talk about kind of the big 3. So I think, the one that we talk about the most, because the one that it's really intrigued us is Silver Sea,
Hmm.
um, which is kind of sophisticated, a little more formal
Hmm.
in certain respects. Um, although they do have a pizza restaurant that's supposed to be absolutely
Supposed to be some of
phenomenal.
the best pizza that you're ever going to get on the seas. What was this? The chef was from Italy, I believe. Is
I
that
think
how that
so.
whole pizza
Yeah.
started? Because I heard that the pizza's great. They are also known for their salt, which is sea and land tasting. So they do a lot of cooking classes on some of these higher end cruises. One of the things that I like is the fact that wherever you're going or wherever you've been, they're going to have themed dinners around that. So if you're in Greece, you're going to have some authentic Greek dishes. If you're cruising around Italy, whatever port you've been in, typically they're going to have something around that cuisine. So it's just
And I think they try and do like wine pairings as well with the
right.
local varietals. So it's different.
I think it's good for foodies.
Mhm.
I think, especially Silver Sea. Who's the other big player that we like? I mean, we love Explorer Journey.
We do, but they're newer. I mean, Regent's been around for a while.
Yep.
Regent's kind of known for being kind of over the top luxurious, Picassos and chandeliers and just very high end.
So you're saying not my aesthetic.
Not your cup of tea.
Yep.
No, dressing for dinner and that sort of thing, where I think even Silver Sea is a little bit more relaxed.
A lot more relaxed from what I'm understanding.
Regent is pretty much all inclusive. So if you want to get on a ship and you don't want to take your wallet out, that's who Regent's for. I don't know that I would ever be able to get you on a Regent.
I'm guessing not, because I know when you talk about dress codes, I know that Silver Seas has really relaxed their dress code. With that being said, I still respect nice dining rooms, and I'm always going to wear a pair of khakis and a button-down shirt. I'd probably, if I were on a Silver Seas, pack a sport jacket. So I'm not going to go in shorts and a t-shirt, especially for dinner. I mean, if we're going to go get a piece of pizza, I might put my nicest shorts on and a golf shirt,
right,
and not walk in with my tennis shoes and
your bathing suit.
But yeah, I know Silver Seas relax. I think Explorer. I always want to call it Journey Escapes because of the album. I always want to call this damn cruise ship Journey Escapes, but it's Explorer Journeys.
Yeah. But again, like they're kind of challenging the industry. Seabourn is kind of the third kind of major player that's been around for a while. And they are a little more like yacht clubby. So like more of a private club.
You talking about like maybe Thurston Howell for those 80s kids who are familiar with the Love Boat?
Maybe.
Or not even, no, it's not the Love Boat. Thurston Howell was from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of like people with the sweaters tied around there.
Maybe, but it's not, you're not going to see, the gold leaf and the big chandeliers and everything. It's just going to feel like a high-end steakhouse in a certain respect.
All right.
But they are known for their partnership with Thomas Keller, who is the chef at French Laundry.
Those of you
out in Napa.
Out in Napa. Those of you Disney fans, similar to Victoria and Albert's at the Grand Floridian. But French Laundry is like the place to go for as far as foodies are concerned.
It's right up there. Yeah. So these are really, do you want to look around and feel like you're staying in a really grand hotel, or do you want to, feel comfortable and just be really impressed with the service? But now we can kind of talk a little bit about the newer players. So this is where Explorer comes in. We've talked about them on previous shows. They are the luxury arm of MSC Cruises. And they are specifically targeting younger, more active cruisers. So, and by younger, I mean 30s to 50s. They're a little more family friendly. Not that the others, prohibit families, but I mean, they're kind of encouraging it a little bit more.
And it's, for those of you who aren't familiar, It is a beautiful ship. It's it's what I like.
It's your aesthetic,
It's
yeah.
my aesthetic.
Because it's not stuffy.
It's just very contemporary. The grays, the darker, the lighting's nice. It is the perfect cruise ship for me. It's the price. I mean, the price points are just fantastic. If you're
Mhm.
looking for luxury on, I don't even want to say like on a smaller budget. How would you phrase it's luxury on a,
Without breaking the bank.
yeah. Yeah, it's maybe a couple $1,000s more um, than what Disney Cruise Line is going to be price wise, but I think it's going to offer a heck of a lot more.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing that we're seeing now are the hotel brands
Hmm.
that are branching into cruising. So Ritz-Carlton has a yacht collection now, and Four Seasons is launching a yacht collection as well. And so they are really kind of taking that hotel at sea concept, where you're going to feel like you're in one of their hotels on the water. So you're staying in the beautiful room, you have the wonderful dining and the fantastic service, and now you're getting to see a bunch of different places
And
instead of staying in one.
and when you're talking about the hotels at seas, we'll go back to Explorer Journeys because I know that they like to hire a lot of their staff. They're recruiting from the Four Seasons and the Ritz Carlton because they want that type of service to be on their cruise ship. So Explorer Journeys is pretty much in that same class if we're talking about from a service standpoint. Now, quick question: Ritz Carlton, Four Seasons,
Mhm.
which one's better in your opinion?
It's hard to say. I mean, Ritz-Carlton has always kind of been the gold standard as far as service
That's
is
correct.
concerned. Um, I think Four Seasons maybe pushes the luxury envelope a little further in certain situations. Um, but it's been a while since I've stayed in either of them, so I can't really speak to it
Okay.
with any certainty at this point. But again, they're not trying to be a Silver Sea. They're trying to be a premium hotel on the water.
I mean, I know the Ritz has a number of Michelin star restaurants on their
Mm-hmm.
on their lines. And the Ritz is we've priced that out. That's a premium ship, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. But to that point, what exactly does luxury mean? Because these cruises, depending on the itinerary and the line, I mean, you're looking at maybe $1,000 to $2,000 per person per day. So what does that get you?
You're gonna get a butler, which
In most instances, not all of them.
yeah, depending. I don't necessarily need a butler. I think luxury having the smaller number of people on board. I think that's huge.
Mhm.
You're paying to not have a lot of people.
And to have space, you have a bigger suite
You
because there aren't as many people on board.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bigger room. I know what does Silver Sea say that every room on board is a suite.
Yes.
It's all so there's no interior. You're obviously gonna have a veranda.
Hmm.
Um,
But now, you're not fighting for a lounger at the pool. You're not standing in line at the food court or the buffet or whatever you want to call it.
and being able to get a lounger is important because I never want to be that guy, but sometimes on some of these ships that have 7,000 people, you have to be that guy or you're just not getting a spot at the pool.
Right. Um, and so, that gives you more time to enjoy your cruise when you're not waiting in line for things. Um, some of the apps now for these lines have GPS. So you can order a drink and the staff will find you wherever you are on the ship and bring it to you, or food even, I think too, right?
Hmm.
Which is pretty amazing. And they said, if you are in the lounge area and you order a drink and then you move outside, like they'll find you.
They're going to be able to find you. Yeah. So if you're sitting there in the library reading a book and then you move to an outside lounge chair, you don't have to notify them. They're going to be able to find you, which I think is insane.
Yeah. I mean, Shoe Shine, Silver Sea, they actually will pack and unpack for you. The butler will. They'll draw you a bath with your choice of scented bath salts, and they'll bring you a cocktail to enjoy while you're in the tub.
You're going to have pillow menus.
Mhm.
I think even some of them have mattress menus, or you can pre-order. I know when we were looking at Explorer Journey, you could put in what type of mattress you wanted, if you wanted a stiff or a firm, or
Right.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the amenities are just that much better. I mean, most of these ships have Starlink internet that actually works. It's usually included in the price.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than paying $20 a day for Wi-Fi that doesn't work.
Yeah. So just, we've talked about this previously, but yes, it adds up. But when you factor in all of the upcharges on some of the larger ships, it's maybe not as out of reach or as crazily expensive as you might think. It's just a matter of your knowing what you're going to pay out of pocket up front, as opposed to, oh, wow, I didn't think this cruise was going to cost me $3,000 more than
you're right.
what I booked it for.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than when you book a couple excursions and you look at your folio, you say, uh-oh. I do like the one price for everything. I do like that as an option. With that being said, you are paying for a drink package that neither of us are probably going to use. You certainly not. You're paying for maybe an excursion that you don't necessarily want to go on. So from that standpoint,
yeah, I mean, you have to make an educated decision. You have to do the research, or let us do the research for you and say, if this is what you're looking for, maybe this line isn't for you. This line would be a better fit. That being said, I don't know enough about wine to feel confident ordering a glass of $20 wine with dinner on a cruise ship. But if it's included and they're going to give you a recommendation,
true, because you're going to have a
much more
sommelier
likely
on board, right?
To try something.
Because then again, if you don't like it, you can get something else.
Right. And the thing, same thing too. Am I going to pay $15 to have a cocktail poolside in the middle of the day? Probably not. If it's included, I might.
Mm-hmm.
And not that should be, the deciding factor is whether or not you, want to get blitzed while you're on your cruise. But I think having the option to do
just
that
makes it easier.
It's nice.
It makes it easier.
Oh, I really want an espresso martini, but I don't really want to pay for it. Okay, well, it's included, so I'm going to have the espresso martini. Easy day.
Or you might have a breakfast cocktail, a mimosa.
Right. Or a Bellini.
Because you'll never have those out of pocket typically.
Not usually, no. But I do enjoy them. So again, if this is something that you're considering, if these, sound appealing to you at all, don't just look at the price, look at what's included and see if it's something that might be a good fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't exclude it just because you balk at the at the price initially.
And the other thing is too, depending on your age group, don't balk at it if you think it's just going to be an old fuddy-duddy. Because like Susie said, there are a lot of younger people moving into this space. Years ago, it was the 60, 70, and 80-year-olds who would be at a dance party. It was Lawrence Welk people dancing the night away. But it's a lot younger. I think the average age on some of these is high 40s, low 50s, which is, it's right in that middle-aged tier.
Yeah. So let us know if this is something that's appealing to you. We'd love to hang out with you on as Mike said, Explorer, definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing Explorer, depending on how large we grow our audience. Love to look into doing some type of group cruise. So
That'll be fun.
keep that in mind. I don't have anything else you want us to. What are we going to be talking about next week? We're going to continue on.
We are continuing on, and we are going to be talking about the river cruise segment.
Definitely on both of our bucket lists.
Yeah, I mean, you said that this is, the luxury cruise is one that we're most interested in. River is right up there for me. They're kind of neck and neck.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be quite honest, I think I would rather do a Christmas market cruise than go on a Explorer Journey cruise right now.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Christmas market is very high on my list.
Yeah.
Now, that would be a fun group.
Yeah, that would be a really fun
That would be
group.
a fun group with all the people running around drinking those, what's that?
Glühwein.
Glühwein? What is it? Warm wine?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I have nothing else. I will wrap us up. I have been giving you the wrong social media for a while. Yeah, it's been changed. I'll read it right now. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That is the @ Travel M and K, AND in between the M and K. On YouTube, we are at Travel with Mike and Kristen. All of our social media links will be in the show notes. And join our Facebook group, Travel with Mike and Kristen. For my co-host, Kristen, I'm Mike. Thanks for listening. We'll talk again soon.
Good night.